Before the world called her a hero, one man called her too strong. Hello people, welcome back. Before she became the first African woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize, before the world knew her name, Wangari Maathai was simply a young Kenyan woman in love. In the 1960s, she married Wangari Maathai, a man who admired her intelligence, her courage, and her fire. They were young, hopeful, ready to build a life together. But the world around them was changing, and so was she. She studied in the United States. She returned to Kenya with ideas that were new, bold, and unsettling for many. She spoke out about women's rights, environmental protection, political accountability, education, and freedom. Her voice grew louder, her influence grew stronger, and slowly the balance in her marriage began to shift. Wangi admired her husband, but he also feared losing the version of her he first knew. In 1970s Kenya, society expected wives to be quiet, obedient, supportive, secondary. But Wangari was becoming outspoken. She was visible, powerful, unstoppable. People whispered, "She's too strong, she's too educated, she's too independent, she's too difficult to control." Wangi began to feel the weight of those whispers. Her husband. Arguments grew, distance widened, love struggled under the pressure of expectation. One day, Wangi said words that would change everything. "I can't control her." He filed for divorce publicly, and the reason he gave shook the nation. "She is too strong, too educated, too independent." The newspapers amplified it. The public debated it. And Wangari, a woman who had fought for forests, women, and freedom, now had to fight for her dignity. The court ruled against her. She was even jailed briefly after challenging the judge's decision. Her marriage ended. Her reputation was attacked. Her heart was broken. This was her turning point. One evening, alone in her small apartment, Wangari sat with her thoughts. No husband, no marriage, no protection, just her voice and her purpose. And she whispered, "If they say I am too strong, then I will be stronger." That moment, the quiet after the storm, became the beginning of her rise. The breakdown of her marriage became the foundation of her legacy. So people, here is a few lessons to be learned from Wangari Maathai's story. 1. Strength can threaten the wrong people. Wangari's marriage didn't break because she failed. It broke because she grew, and her growth exposed insecurities around her. Some relationships collapsed, not from weakness, but from evolution. Another lesson that I particularly learned from this story is love alone cannot survive cultural pressure. Wangi loved her, but he couldn't withstand the whispers. Too strong, too educated, too independent. When society enters a marriage, it can break it from the inside. Also, breakdown is not failure, it's redirection. Her divorce was public, painful, humiliating, but it became the turning point that shaped her destiny. Sometimes the door that closes is the one that frees you. There are so many lessons to be learned from this story. One more that I can say is, your purpose will demand sacrifice. Wangari lost her marriage, but gained her voice, her movement, her legacy. Purpose is expensive, and she paid the price. If Wangari's story touched you, if you've ever felt punished for being strong, If you've ever lost something because you chose yourself, then stay with this channel. Here, we tell the stories of African women and men who faced turning points that changed everything. Watch out for the next episode, The Healing, the Rebuilding, the moment Wangari Maathai stood up again and refused to break.